Hi, my name is Mark Burgess. I'm the CEO of Iceberg Digital. I've written a couple of best-selling books around marketing and I speak at different events around the world on the subjects. So what I wanted to do with you guys today was have a talk about how to reduce some of the uncertainty that you face in your business occasionally. You know, when you have those moments whereby you sort of sit there wondering if the next 6 months are going to be okay, or wondering if the next 12 months are going to be okay. Just recently, over the last couple of weeks, I've met with a couple of agents personally, and they both had similar anxiety around it, and I gave the same advice to both of them, so I thought it was worth doing a quick video because it may be of help to more of you. The heart of the problem, once you go through all of the nice conversation to get there, is that if I ask you the question, where do you get your listings from? It's a bit of an and ah answer. You know, referrals and a few out of this and a few out of that. There's no clear cut here. And that's where the heart of the problem sits. So I was lucky enough in my background that I got to work with some incredible mentors, people that have built £100 million businesses, venture capitalists, people that put investments into companies. And when you start to do that, you realize there are some pretty fundamental things that you need to know in your business, if it's a real business. Most small estate agents, unfortunately, have never been exposed to that kind of information, and so therefore they're running a business in the same way they would if it was a job. We go out, we try and get listings, we try to keep people as happy as possible. But as you start moving up the scale of business, you realise there has to be a perfectly repeatable process. Otherwise, it's not really a business. So what is your perfectly repeatable process? I can tell you now that there are 40 perfectly repeatable weeks in the year. How do you make sure that you know where you get your listings and how you get them? Obviously, I'm into digital, I'm a futurist, I love everything based around changing the way that things work, but it doesn't really matter if you're into print or if you're into digital, or however you want to do it, there must be a repeatable process. How many letters, if you're sending letters, do you have to send out to get how many instructions or to get how many market appraisals? And then what happens? And then what happens? And then what happens? And then what happens? And how much does all of that cost? And how much do you make at the end of it? And if you did it again, does it work the same way? Of course, the market may go up and down. It may be sometimes we're really busy, sometimes it's a little bit slower. But you should be able to monitor that by having a perfectly repeatable process. So here's how I would do it on a very basic level. I would be running Google ads for something like instant valuations. Based on the information that I can see going on with our lifecycle users, I can see that around about £200 brings in around about 30 instant valuations at the moment. So I would know that for £200 I get 30 instant valuations. Those 30 instant valuations would be going into my system like Lifecycle or some other sort of system that you've got to nurture all of those people. And I'd be able to then track how long does it take for any of those to become actual instructions for me. After that, I'd then find out how much of my stock do I sell. Everybody makes it up. Oh, we sell everything. We sell 95% of everything we list. Actually keep a track of it. You'll probably find the numbers are a bit different. And then at the end, what's the average fee of everything that we sell? So go all the way through that process. I know if I spend £200 on Google, I get 30 instant valuations. 2 of them become instructions. I sell one of them, average fees £5,000. It takes 6 months. So for £200, I get £5,000 over 6 months. And if I knew that, then I can just turn the dial. It's like a vending machine. What happens if I spend £500 on Google? 6 months later, it turns out, I made £12,000. What happens if I spend £1,000 on Google? 6 months later, it turns out I made £24,000. And as I said before, of course, the market fluctuates and maybe things go up. Maybe you find at the start, I'm not getting 30 instant valuations for £200 anymore, but you can see it early, way down the road. You can see, I know I need 30 instant valuations for this machine to work, and I'm not getting them for my £200 anymore. I better spend some more money to get my 30 instant valuations. You need a perfectly repeatable process, a machine like that. It takes time. There's no way of doing it instantly because you need to monitor it over something like a 12-month period. But that is what the estate agents that are using systems like Lifecycle are really trying to do. They're trying to make something like repeatable, something that lives and breathes. Even if you took all the staff out and replaced them with new staff, the machine keeps running. That's the value in your business.